serikali ikae chini na upinzani, iongee kuhusu security, ukosefu wa kazi, gharama ya maisha, vitu zimepanda.
Kikao hiki wakiangaza, ifaa kuangaza maneno ya amani kwanza, alafu mambo ya uchumi na wale watu wadogo wadogo vile wanapata kikao chao, na sana sana security iko muhimu sana.
It is not necessary at all to have the dialogue. We Kenyans elected His Excellency the President Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency the Deputy President, and they are there to run and also rule Kenya.
Today, if you have a problem, don't call 1,000 people to the stadium who will not even sit in the table with the government. I know, for example, if I had a problem with my boss, I will ask for a meeting. But I'll not go telling the whole office, I want a meeting with my boss. I would rather come, say, ladies and gentlemen, we have this problem, and this is what our views are. And let the people in charge say your view is positive or wrong. That is what dialogue is all about.
According to me, yeah, it's necessary. Not for them to actually fight or for power or anything. They might actually sit down and start discussing on the way forward to help Kenyans. It's not just about power anymore. People are suffering, even as we are suffering. The cost of living is very high. They should sit down, find ways to talk, communicate with each other, help each other with solutions. Because, as they say, one mind can solve a problem. If you combine, then you might be able to help each other.
All they can do is only to suggest. They have their senators, they have their APs, they can suggest to the parliament, but not to have a dialogue. Dialogue is not necessary.
In Kenya, we need CORD and Jubilee to work together. You know, everybody has an opposition party. Maybe me, I am CORD, we are Jubilee. Then now that I am CORD and my people are not in the government, I don't feel good. Me, I hope they both come together, they move the government together.
If they want to work with the government, the constitution does not allow that. This is not a coalition government. So if they want a coalition government, then they should go to parliament, amend the constitution to allow a coalition government.
If only they were genuine, and if only they first give us what they are going to negotiate. Because as Kenyans, we have come to realize that CORD is not genuine. On the other side, the Jubilee is not genuine. So there would only be need for dialogue if they were genuine, if it is for the interest of us Kenyans. But now, to some extent, we can see that it is to their own interest.
Of course, there is the issue of insecurity, which actually we need to commend the current government that they have tried their best, but also it is the responsibility of each and every Kenyans, including the government and also the opposition, to ensure that we have security so that we can also attract investors and more so tourists visiting our country. Secondly, it is also the responsibility of Kenyans that security issues should also be dealt with by everyone. Every peace-loving Kenyan should address insecurity. The other issue we need our leaders to sit down is also the issue of unemployment. Many young people in this country still face the issue of a lot of problems to do with unemployment, and we also want them to really see how can we employ Kenyans who are just maybe who have graduated in universities, mid-level colleges, and also other tertiary institutions.
I think in any government you can't ignore the kind of position that the opposition has. I think it's very important, not just about the politics. It's also important because I guess they kind of represent a part of the people who voted and, you know, that kind of thing. So I think as government, you can try and engage them.
This one depends with the approach because, you know, utterances also sometimes matters a lot. If the government, if actually the opposition, somebody like Raila Odinga can approach the government in a very soft talk, I'm very sure President Uhuru Kenyatta is willing to sit down together and dialogue.
First, I will tell the CORD to approach things in a better way. We cannot solve things at rallies here and there. So I would advise CORD to be patient with the government. And I would also advise the government to avoid attacking the opposition. Rather, they would, I would prefer them, let them speak to us through actions as they had promised.
We can sort of let go of our politics and honestly factor in that this is an issue that Kenyans care about. I think it's worth listening.